All right, in this video, we're gonna be doing a deep dive on the attribution settings inside of your ads manager. Now, a lot of people don't talk about this, so they just kind of skip through it. And now more than ever, this is so important because Facebook, if you guys haven't seen the big Andromeda update, there's so much changes that are happening inside of ad accounts. And the pixel and the information that we send back to the pixel, right, is the most important thing that we can do right now as advertisers, as media buyers, as business owners to get the right quality leads back. So if you're having a hard time with quality, yeah, this is really, really important, okay? So when we're optimizing for an event, right? So we have an ad account up, this is the ad set level. This will work for purchase events, schedule events, or like leads. So anytime someone fills something out on the website and we're optimizing for that, at the bottom down here, there's gonna be an attribution model. And then underneath that, there is show more options. So we're gonna be talking about those two things, okay? So let's first just talk about the attribution model. So there's been a newer way to attribute. Standard attribution is what we've been doing for a very long time. This is attributing, results from the pixel. So number of leads, number of calls, number of sales based off of an action like a click or a view that Facebook or Instagram registers that somebody saw or engaged with an ad, then they went on to buy the thing or do the thing that we're trying to optimize for. This is what most people have done for the longest time. But issue with this is that there are oftentimes multiple touch points that people go before they buy. So with standard attribution, Facebook will credit more of the results that it had a hand in than the actual sales it made. Okay, so again, Facebook will tend to over-report, and that could be good or bad depending on how much volume you have going through. For 99% of people, I'm still encouraging the standard attribution, even if the sale may have came from an email, right? Or may have came from a Google ad, but they still clicked as part of that process through Facebook. I still want Meta to track that as a sale because it's gonna feed the pixel more people like that for it to keep putting the ads in front of. Because again, like I'm trying to emphasize the importance of this. When we look at the Facebook pixel, that is your new targeting, okay? The lookalike audiences we used to make, it's all based off of having the right data hit the pixel. So if I can have more pixel fires for high quality people, it's gonna keep training the pixel for keep doing this action. So unless you have a ton of volume, stick with the standard attribution. Incremental attribution, on the other hand, is going to determine which number of sales and schedules and leads came from that ad specifically. So you're gonna have probably a fourth to maybe a third of the amount of conversions than standard events because it's saying, did this ad, was this the main thing, the main driver that contributed to this sale, to this lead, to this schedule, okay? So you're gonna have a lot less data, but it's gonna start to optimize for that actual ad doing a lot of the heavy lifting, okay? But again, for most of us, just stick with standard attribution. It's easier, and incremental attribution has been rolled out maybe 3 months ago, and I still think it has some more testing to do, okay? So stick with standard attribution for most of you guys. Now, when you go to show more options, automatically, if you do not click anything, you're gonna see 7-day click, 1-day engaged view, and 1-day view. Now, I'm gonna share with you why you might wanna actually change these. For some people, you wanna change them. Some people, you want to keep them as is. But if you have Hyros or a tracking software, so like I use Hyros, you'll often notice that the number of schedules that Facebook reports is way higher than that of what Hyros or a third-party tracking tool will attribute. Oftentimes, the reason for that is because of the 1-day engaged view or 1-day view, not just the 7-day click. Okay, again, this can be good or bad, right? So let's just kind of talk about it, all right? So attribution settings, 7-day click. 7-day click means they clicked an ad, and in 7 days after clicking that ad, they took that action, okay? If that happens, Facebook's gonna attribute that, okay? It's gonna say this ad got the click and it bought. So we're gonna attribute this sale or this lead to this ad, okay? The next one is 1-day engaged view. This means that somebody watched, let's say if it's a video, it only works with videos, but they watched 10 seconds of an ad, and that same day, 1 day, within 24 hours, they took the action of becoming a lead, a purchase, or a booked call. 1-day view is just like, they saw 3 seconds of an ad. So that's the one that typically I'll cut from a lot of these campaigns because it's going to over attribute. Again, like this matters a little bit more. Like, let's say that your team is a very DM heavy business. So like a lot of the leads and calls you book are in the DMs. Well, you could already be talking to somebody in the DMs, right? You could already be talking to them. And because you're talking to them, Facebook's going to serve them ads. And they may just have scrolled past an ad or saw 3 seconds of it and they booked themselves, but they never clicked on an ad. Well, guess what? Because that ad got served in front of them before they booked the call, that ad is going to say this ad got the call booked. So again, that will, one, overinflate the number of calls you booked from that ad. And then number two, because the pixel fired or Facebook attributed that event to that ad, it's going to spend more money on that ad. But that ad might not have actually been the reason that that person booked. So for me, I optimize for booked calls more than anything. I have turned off 1-day view, and I've also turned off 1-day engage view. Okay, so I just have 7-day click. Okay, but I'm optimizing for a schedule or a application. Now, you can keep these on. Like, I would encourage you to keep these on if you are optimizing for a book call and you just don't have a lot of volume. I would still turn off 1-day view because it's only like if someone like sees the ad and they book, it's going to be attributed to it. So to do that, if you already have a campaign going, you have to duplicate it. You can't just change it. But if you wanted to adjust it, just hit that pencil icon again, and then turn off view only. Okay, view only, and like you can look at this more, but it's just when someone sees your ad, like you can see it, when sees your ad, doesn't click, but still takes an action within the time period you select, we'll learn from this and we'll show more people this ad. So turn off view through, just turn it off. Okay, engage view, you can keep this on again if you have good data, but they have to watch at least 10 seconds. And we can see that. If you watch at least 10 seconds of the ad, or the full image is visible for at least 50% of the screen for 2 seconds. Again, that's kind of over attributed, but it does just say for videos only. So if anything, you can keep these on. Okay, you can keep this one on, but definitely turn off view through. If you're doing optimizing for book calls, it's going to mess things up. Okay, click through. You can actually change this to 1 day. That works a little bit better sometimes for e-commerce products, right? Because if someone clicks one ad and then they buy that same day, you know, if they're kind of an impulsive buy, anything less than like, $20, you might want to do 1 day click through, right? Because they clicked on that ad, they bought. All right, that tells us that this ad that they keep clicking on is better than something that they clicked on 7 days ago, they got an email and they bought, right? So that's one to play with. I typically, I would say for most accounts, I'm going to keep on 7-day click-through rate and then 1-day engage view. I will test this, but honestly, right now, if I want my data to be more accurate and relating that to Hyros, right? Hyros is my third-party tracking tool. If I just have 7 days, I'm going to have way better data than the 1-day engaged view. Okay, so that's what we got there for attribution settings. Now let me just share with you guys how this can be over-reported. This is a client of ours. She's ran a lot of DM campaigns, right? This happens a lot on DM campaigns. And a lot of times you don't know unless you actually look at the breakdown of it. So if you just come over into your ad account, you can actually look at the attribution settings. It says it's right here, right? So for these accounts, she has 7-day click and 1-day view. 1-day engage view actually is a little bit newer. So this is an older campaign that she's ran. Now, if I click on this column setting down here, I can actually compare attribution settings. And inside of here, I can click on all those things. So if I want to do 7-day click and 1-day engage view, actually this one doesn't have 1-day engage view. We'll just do 7-day click, 1-day view, right? And I'm going to push apply. Now, once this happens, you'll see the 1-day view conversions and you'll see the 7-day click conversions. And you'll see for some of these, like this one in particular, this is an older one that she ran for a very long time. These are all DM campaigns, but let's say like, somebody follows you, right? Someone follows you or they're already following you. They're already like in your ecosystem. And then you're optimizing for messaging conversations started or something like that. They could see an ad and then they could just start DMing you. And that's why a lot of times the DM campaigns are wildly, hey, this person didn't send me this keyword, but if Facebook's telling me how a conversation started. And typically the reason for that is because of the attribution setup. So if the attribution is a 1-day view, if that's turned on, you might be getting more conversations started and they never clicked the ad in the first place, right? So you can see at this bottom campaign, almost 10%, a little bit more than 10% of the leads came from 1-day view, right? And maybe or maybe not, they didn't even click that ad, right? So again, I like to really just do 7-day click and then 1-day engaged view. if I have a low amount of conversions and like volume. But if I have a lot of conversions, I'll just turn off the 1-day engage view and I'll just do 7-day clicks. So like right now, I just relaunched a new campaign with that yesterday, and I'll share with you why. All right, so we're gonna look at my older account here. So this is the one that I just launched yesterday, and yeah, we just launched yesterday, got 1 book call from it. But if I look at the older campaign, right, like one, I'm gonna share a couple things with you guys, but we're gonna go into this campaign setting. So again, the biggest issue and why we want to have this be accurate is that we want to make sure that Facebook is going to spend based off of the thing that's getting the best results. Okay. So check this out. This one over here, this is a screen share that I ran. This is my high roast data. This shows that I only had 2 calls booked. Okay, and my cost per call, if it's around $1,000 or less, I'm good. But this is a $1,500 cost per call. But if I look over here in Facebook, right? Facebook thinks I got 8 book calls from it. That's why it keeps spending more money on it. It was like, Matt, you're getting a lot of calls. Let's keep spending more money on it. But the difference between 8 and 2 is pretty freaking big, right? And a big part of this was I actually had the data messed up. Like my pixel was firing multiple times on my website. And I fixed that to where it only fires once per contact. But essentially what happened is 2 people booked calls and they kept rescheduling the call. And every time that happened, it fired a new pixel event on my website. And when that happened, Facebook's like, this thing is crushing it, but really it's not. I had 2 calls and only one of them was qualified, right? So that's a huge problem, right? So again, Facebook's gonna keep giving it spin because it's thinking it's doing a good job, but it's not. So that's why we wanna make sure the attribution settings are right and the pixel, the data that's actually being sent back to Facebook is fixed, right? So for this one in particular, I don't think this one actually had any view conversions, but this one did above, right? So this one had 10, all right, actually this is a perfect example. So this one had 10 website schedules, right? 2 came from the 1-day view, right? And then we had 8 from 7-day click. You can see 7-day click, 8, high roast, 8. Accurate. That's very, very good, right? Qualified calls, not so good. They weren't all qualified, but that's a lot better data that's being passed back through, right? So again, I hope this helps and helps you guys understand this. And this is kind of like a higher level topic. But again, we want to make sure we have the right attributions settings selected so that the right data gets passed through so we can keep making sure the good quality leads come through to us and Facebook allocates the budget based off what's getting results, because ultimately that's the most important. All right. So that's all I got for this video. If you guys want any help with Facebook ads, smash that subscribe button for daily content just like this to help you grow and scale online. Thanks, guys.